welcome to the Normn Hyperbolic Filler. We're usually here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
It's your boy, Kid Lewis. What up? What up? Welcome back to the pod, the Hyperbolic Pod. This is a filler, so you know it's those late night talks.
I know, we always kind of do these fillers on the late night.
It is, because it's just much easier, because when we don't have to record
the video.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, just come through.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk for 30, 40 minutes, and then,
right,
you know, you out the door. Nothing crazy. It's
right.
Whatever comes to the mind, to the dome, and then we just express ourselves.
Top of the dome, straight to the podcast.
You could think about this like therapy. You know?
No, this is a therapy? Hyperbolic therapy?
Hyperbolic therapy? I kind of like that, man. It's just getting shit off your chest, man.
All right, what's on your chest, bro?
What's on your chest?
What's on the forefront of your chest, bro?
Well, let's see. Let's talk a little anime, man.
A little bit anime, little
Let's talk about
games,
little anime.
little movies. What are you watching?
Demon Slayer.
Oh, yes.
So I actually want to bring this up because there's something that has been pissing me off about Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer, I think I posted it on an IG that they were releasing the first episode and it was going to be like an hour long.
Right.
And
in the theater?
No.
Okay.
Like online, on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
And
the episode you paid to see in the movie theater? The same episode?
I genuinely was so excited because I thought it was going to be like an hour-long episode about what happened after the movie.
Right.
Still leading into the Hashira training arc, right? So I'm over here like excited as hell. I was like, and my girl too, she was excited because she was with me that day. So she was excited as hell to watch it too.
Okay.
Because she went with me to the movie theaters to watch the training arc movie. And I'm looking everywhere for it, right? And I finally find it. I click play. It's literally the movie.
Yes, bro. You should know this.
I was so pissed off. I'm like, what is Demon Slayer doing to me, bro? They're going to lose me as a fan.
Yeah, you think?
They're going to lose me, bro. Like, I was so excited to get a genuinely new episode.
No, man, you paid to see that new episode early.
Is that what I did?
Yes.
That was lame, man.
Bro, we reported on this. How can you?
I fell for the trap, bro.
Bro.
I was genuinely so excited. I'm like, bro, Demon Slayer, finally, new content. I get to see, and it was just literally the movie that I paid to see in the movie theater.
At least by now there should be new episodes.
Yes, episode 2. So I was excited about episode 2 because I was like, okay, so this is a real episode,
a new episode.
Like this is an episode nobody has seen, new content. You know, besides the manga readers, right? But besides that, like I was so just disappointed. I'm like, bro, they're literally gonna lose me as a fan if they keep playing with my emotions, man.
No, I don't know, man. I think they'll get you back.
I mean, they got me back with episode 2, but
oh, okay, one episode later.
But I was still pissed, man. I was just like, the joy in me was so excited. The little kid in me, Kid Lewis, was so excited,
right?
And then I got so disappointed because I'm like,
but how is it so far? At least episode 2. Like, how is it the trajectory?
It's pretty good actually. I'm kind of liking it. Is this the last arc? No, right? Because I think there's the Hashira training arc, and then there's the one where they go to the actual Mugen's castle.
Okay.
Arc where they actually put their training to work.
Right. No, like, because we read a bunch of it for our Demon Slayer episode, you know, and Fred has said it in the past. I was reading it, but then I was like, damn, I just, all the scenes that I was reading, I knew it was going to look better in the anime. So I was like, let me just wait. And the story isn't like so heavy that I'm on like my seat episode to episode. So I'm okay to just let it build and then binge it.
Yeah.
So that's me with Demon Slayer right now.
The story with Demon Slayer is not like super complex. It's one of those things where one of those animes where you could just lay back and watch and just enjoy. You know,
a lot of animes like that though, bro.
I know, but there's some animes that you like. Attack on Titan. I will always refer to Attack on Titan as one of those
episode to episode,
because it's just so good.
You felt like that with JJK, bro.
I do feel.
I don't know if it was hype, but you were like episode to episode, like.
Well, I'm still waiting for season 3. Season 2 was so fire just because of the production company Mappa and the overwork that they were putting in to deliver these episodes. That's the only reason I love season 2. And plus the story is getting really good, actually. You know, I don't read the manga per se. I feel like I should, but
you don't.
I just enjoy the actual anime itself. So sometimes, like, when you enjoy the anime, you gotta think to yourself, like, should I read the manga or should I just ride the anime wave and just, you know,
it's however you want to, you want to enjoy it. For me, what I'm watching, and we were gonna do an episode on it, but we were just like, oh, let's just do fillers. Is Kaiju number 8?
Well, we are doing an episode on it.
We are, and it'll be probably like season 3. But when that season comes to an end, this way we can talk more about it.
Yeah.
But it's it's in the mid season right now.
So you've seen a couple episodes.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Be honest with me, bro.
Tell me.
My only question is, do you like the animation?
I do like the animation.
You like it?
I do like it.
What is wrong with you, man?
I do like it.
What is wrong? I thought you were gonna hate it because I feel like
CGI?
some parts are CGI, but the animation is off, bro. Like, if you look at the characters, they don't have like no distinction, like no facial expression, no like characteristics in their face. Read the manga, look at the way they're drawn, and then compare that to the animation. And you'll see that the actual manga drawing has way more characteristics, way more detail than they did with the anime.
The thing about it, though, and I kind of want to save most of it for that episode, because I have a couple of questions already. The reason I don't mind it is because of the design of the kaijus. Like, the design of the kaijus as 3D models, I feel like works because you kind of need to see the scale of them. You need to see how big they are compared to the regular people, even though they kind of take them down anyways.
True.
I know you're surprised because I don't like Chainsaw Man, but for the same reason that you're talking about kaiju, like Chainsaw Man is very intricate and detailed, blood and vomit and sweat and guts. Like, it is very descriptive visually, but when you do it in CGI, I feel like you cut a lot of corners. Like, and I just knew from the first episode, like when I saw all those zombies, I was like, these zombies look like they're from a shitty video game, True. Like, where in the manga, it's almost scary, fucking, spoilers or whatever, but Puchita fucking dies and your heart is sore, and then, he kills those zombies and you want him to like gut them all, and, then the fucking zombie master like regrets killing him kind of, and he fucking gets him and he's like, good, all of that. Even like the soft tender moment immediately afterwards is undercut in the anime because it's in CGI, like Chainsaw Man looks like, I've said it before, he looks like Jimmy Neutron. Like, you don't feel the hug between Makima and Denji like you do in the manga 2D.
Yeah.
And I just love 2D. I just love, like the
I don't think there's a problem with 2D versus 3D as long as it's done right.
Right. So I feel like in kaiju, it is kind of done right. And I know, and the manga is just always going to be better. But as far as like the way it is in the anime, I'm having a good time. And I knew it was going to be funny. I knew it was going to when I read it. But
there's some funny moments.
It's funny. It's very funny.
You think so?
I think so. I didn't know it was going to be so funny. Like, just like the fact that he is the kaiju and then the faces that he makes. And, I didn't like his partner at first. Like, I liked when he first showed up on the scene and he's like, I'm the main character. Like, I can't believe you fucking quit. Fucking quitter. Like,
right. He has like the main character vibes. Like.
Yeah. But then he slowly gets his quickly gets his shit pushed in when he has to go and do grunt work and clean these kaijus.
Yeah.
So everything about it, and I kind of do want to read the manga just so I can get like fully involved for the podcast.
There's more information in the manga. I think that's always true.
About how like
you get just more information out of it.
Well, no, just doing like research for these episodes like gets me really involved.
Yeah.
So I didn't read Solo Leveling, but I watched the anime, and I had a good time with it. And I watched like a bunch of shit, but for it. But that's what I want to do to this kaiju, which is also why I wanted to hold off doing an actual episode because it's really good.
You know how in Attack on Titan on the anime, when they do like a little pause in between, but they would show like information about the Attack on Titan world, like weapons or
they do it in My Hero too.
They do it in My Hero too, right? I feel like they should do that with all anime. Because if you read the manga,
right,
sometimes you get like 2 pages where it's just like information about what the artist was trying to put in. So like if you read Kaiju number 8, the artist will talk about like the design of the suit and why he wanted to design it like that.
Yeah.
Like I think he talked about one of the characters, and he was like, in one of the pages it said like, oh, the design that I was going for was more like military but with a streetwear kind of vibe to it. And I
they should do that with more manga or more anime in general. I mean,
just like a little pause, just like a little like breather, and then some information about like
they try to. I mean, they did the same thing with Blue Lock when they did the additional time. Like at the end of each episode, they would give you like a fun look into the characters.
Oh, like while they're in
like the dorms.
In the dorms, yeah.
Some low stakes, laundry, lunch
stuff that doesn't really have to like do with just soccer.
Yeah,
just like their overall.
But that'd be kind of dope.
Yeah.
So what do you? What else are you? Are you reading or playing anything?
I've been playing a lot of Tekken 8. I feel like I'm getting slightly a little bit better.
Yeah,
getting my
hours still in. Kuma or
no. I've been messing around with a couple people. I've been pretty good, bro.
Who's your
I'm trying to think of their names right now. The Brazilian guy that they just added. I forgot his name.
Eddie.
Nice. I've been pretty good with Eddie.
He's kind of cheap.
And then there's the Muslim guy, Rashid.
So Mortal Kombat was Street Fighter and Tekken came out with Muslim characters at the same time. I know one is Rashid. I think that's Street
Tekken.
Fighter. Yeah, Shaheen is Tekken.
How about you? Any games?
Oh my god, I could not wait to tell you this, bro. I'm playing God of War.
You've been telling me this, bro.
I got pretty far. I think I'm at the end. I actually am at the end.
Good.
And that's the part that Fred was talking about.
We're already halfway through the year, bro.
I know. I made a bet with him too. I made a bet that I would beat God of War and the DLC before the year's over.
All right. How long is the DLC?
Hours wise, I don't know, but it's free.
Okay.
It's God of War Valhalla. So,
all right, man. About time. I'm pretty proud, bro.
Yeah, I fucking had to take a long weekend off of work.
This game has been talked about since the first episode of this podcast.
So what pisses me off is that the disc case that I have for the game is the day one edition. So every time I fucking look at it, I'm reminded that I got this game day one.
I haven't beat it yet.
And I haven't beat it yet. No, but it's really, really good. It's really like I am glad I am getting back at it.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Check it off your list.
Yeah, it's worth it too. Like if you want to borrow it afterwards too. Hopefully it doesn't take you 2.5 years to beat it, but no, man, it's good. The combat's good. The acting, the emotional bits.
Acting too.
Yeah, the fucking the story.
Didn't it win an award? Like
it did. It won the game of the year. It came out in December, and it won Game of the Year for that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, it's kind of early.
How do you feel about a live action God of War? You think they'll do it right? I feel like they could.
With the way things have been going, I think so. But that's because the game itself is like a movie.
Yeah.
But the real question, for all you God of War fans is, do you want the new dad of war, God of War, or do you want young hothead Kratos, God of War? Now, the new stuff is easier to do because it's more slow pace. There's bursts of action, but for the most part, the game is about him and his son. While the old stuff like God of War 1 through 3
it's
fast paced,
action.
Yeah, and it's just like more bombastic. There's still a story about revenge, forgiveness and purpose. I think they should start with God of War 1 through 3.
You think so? But why a movie though?
Why not?
I feel like they could do a movie for
so
1,
grand.
2, and 3.
It's grand. They could do 3 movies. They could do 1,
2, 3. Yeah, but I'm saying for the new God of War, I feel like they could make that into a show.
Nah,
you don't think so? Because I feel like it's more slow paced. So it has more storytelling.
So the Dad of War, Dad of War, you can do into a show.
A show, because it's.
But I'm talking about like the fucking monsters that he fights are so big that I don't want to see that in the back half of one episode. Like I need it to be like special effects heavy. I do need it to be like one camera like the whole time. Because when you're playing the game, there's no cuts. And the thing about Kratos is that he fights these larger than life monsters, but then he uses like their weapons to kill them. And he's like, fucking ramming people's heads through rocks. And I would just love to see young Kratos like go through that shit all over again. And it's been so much. What I was trying to get at is it's been so much time since the first God of War that it would be kind of good or cool to see this guy like relearn all this stuff. Like and there's new fans of the game that probably have never played The original. Yeah, so I was trying to get my son to play it because he does want to play the new God of War. But I was like, maybe you should play the old stuff first. Not that the new stuff isn't fun, but that old game is just so fucking fun.
Yeah, it's fast paced, bro. It's like boom, boom, boom. You're fighting another enemy. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
It's a little bit of a hack and slash, but but as the game progresses and you get new items, they do have like you have to switch to what is it? The fucking Hades blades to kill these enemies. You do kind of have to switch to the Hercules things. And I'm talking about God of War 3, but just in general, I remember that game being fucking crazy fun.
But I feel like in the movie industry, I feel like that's the right path. Choose a good video game that's been so successful and make it into either a movie or a show.
I think if they were gonna do a TV show for God of War, I would need it to be animated.
Animated?
If they were gonna do a TV show,
I don't think so, man.
For a TV,
I mean, I feel like the budget would be as big, but I would treat it just like as House of Dragons. The CGI in that movie, or that show is pretty good. And they scaled up these dragons, which are bigger than a normal human.
I didn't think about that.
You know what I mean? Or Game of Thrones.
A God of War.
Kind of with a Game of Thrones feel. HBO Max. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That could work.
It could work.
I still kind of want to see a movie because the story of God of War isn't as dense that you need to stretch it out even over like 5 to 6 episodes. I think that can be told in 2 hours.
In a whole movie?
Yeah, like game to game.
It could. It definitely could. I think it'll succeed though. I don't think it could fail.
No, for sure.
They divert from the actual storytelling of the game.
Like we said, video game properties, media-wise, have been pretty good.
Yes.
So I went to go see the Planet of the Apes movie.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my bucket list.
On your bucket list? How do you feel? Because we saw the first 3 for a family movie night.
Have you seen the original ones?
I saw them growing up with my mom. She really likes it, so that's why for Mother's Day I took her to the movies so we could all see it. So I took family movie night, to the actual movies because my son loves those movies. Even though they're crazy sad, and then my mom loves the original.
I love the original,
even like with Mark Wahlberg. Mm-hmm. I am not a fan of those movies.
You don't like the originals?
Not really.
How come? Is there something like the aesthetic? It's just too old.
No,
the monkeys don't look real. It's a human wearing a mask.
No, I don't really mind that.
You don't get the full CGI feel of it. Is that what it is?
Nah, you know me, bro. I'm forgiving of shit like that. Maybe because I'm spoiled because the new ones are just so good. But I feel like as a story, and I haven't seen them since I was a kid, but I just remember it not being very captivating. I meant to watch them for the family movie night, so we'd go from them to these new ones, but I was just too excited, bro. I just wanted to watch it because that fucking first one with Caesar and James Franco, I just remember being in the theater when I saw it. There's a scene where Caesar's in the cage with all the monkeys or whatever, and Draco Malfoy is fucking with him, and he's like, "Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape," which is a line from the original. And then Caesar just goes, "No!" And the whole fucking theater and the movie was just speechless.
It's funny though, because
all he said was no.
Yeah,
bro,
I don't think that's a huge word. I feel like
it was in the context of the movie.
Nah, bro. In that movie, my scene, that was your scene, right? My scene was literally when they were at the forest towards the end.
That's my scene too.
And when he whispers in his ear,
yes. Caesar is home.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this nigga's speaking now. Yes, he put in actual words together.
I surprised my son. He was like, what are we watching? Are we watching Kung Fu Panda? Are we watching Godzilla? And then I just walked up to him and I was like, I'll give you one hint. And I was like, Caesar is home.
Yeah, man.
I do like that scene because it's such a good moment for the character of Caesar.
No, Caesar's boss, bro.
He's super boss.
He's just boss.
I won't spoil.
He was the best for his people, but at the same time, he wants to be fair to humans,
right? Because he was raised by a human.
Yeah,
and I won't spoil this new movie. I do think you should watch it, but if you've seen the trailers, this is way far in the future. This is not a spoiler, but he's not in it. He's mentioned a bunch of times, but he is this kind of Moses.
An entity,
figure,
Jesus. He's
yeah,
the Jesus of the monkey.
Yes. You just heard the good word of Caesar. This is what Caesar wouldn't do that, type of deal. So I can tell that this is going to be another good string of movies. I don't think it was as good as any of the first 3. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a good movie.
Oh no, for sure, man. Those are definitely a good movie.
When And, I do like other movies besides monkey movies. But the thing that I like about that Kong Skull Island movie was that as a movie by itself, it did hold up. But
I wish they did more.
But the whole movie was setting up the Godzilla versus King Kong. So this movie the Planet of the Apes felt more like a setup movie, which is something that I kind of don't care for. But there was enough in the movie itself, like as a circle, like, beginning, middle, and end, where they wrapped it up, that I gave it a pass. And it was done well. Because you do kind of have to set up the next movie. Because they didn't answer all the questions either, which is, good because it makes you want to get to the next one. But
yeah, no, I'm excited to watch it, man. Definitely going to go. Now that you're speaking on it with
high praise.
High praise on it, I might definitely
It's kind of long and it's kind of convoluted.
No, it's fine, man. I love Planet of the Apes. I've never watched one that I was like, this one was kind of whack. This is an anime that I've been trying to watch, and I just recently, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, finished watching. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
So
that one's 3D.
I tried my best to watch season 1, and I don't know where I got lost, and I gave up. But I've been hearing so much praise for this anime. Yeah, like the story being so good, especially since they wrapped it up with season 2. I decided to finally put my full energy into it, and I finished it, season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
Oh, man,
You said you got lost. You got lost because of the story, or it lost you?
It lost me. So, I got lost in the part where the main character, and he is fighting this giant.
Okay.
And he ends up being his uncle.
The giant,
yeah. It ends up being his uncle. He is the brother of his mother.
Okay.
And also a comrade to his father. They were both on the same ship. They both fought alongside each other. So when he found out that Thorfinn was his dad or his comrade's son, he was excited about this fight. And after they did the fight and everything, the future king that was supposed to take over, I don't know what he goes through mentally, but he decides to finally get his shit together. Somehow he comes to Thorfinn the giant, and he's like, we're gonna all come together, you're gonna work for me, and we're gonna overthrow the king, and I'm gonna get into power, and you guys are gonna be like my lieutenants, and so on. Thorfinn don't give a fuck, because he's really there for the revenge. So that's where it kind of lost me, because I was like, okay, so we go from Thorfinn to basically focusing on this future king, and the future king goes from being shy and timid to now you follow me. Now I'm in charge.
Okay.
So that's where it threw me off. It just kind of threw me off. The story kind of threw me off. But like I said, once I rewatched it, I kind of got it. And then into season 2, I thought season 2 was dragged on a little bit, in my opinion. The evils of the world.
Rank it in our famous ranking system, human grade ape sand. Because you were talking a lot of shit about it. And you said you ended that you liked it.
Grade 8.
Grade 8?
Yeah. I can't give it a saying. I know some people are probably like, yo, it was such a great masterpiece. Like, you just didn't get it. You're not complex enough to understand a masterpiece like that. No, I get it. Like,
so there's this movie that we saw recently for couples movie night. Got a lot of movie nights going.
I see that.
We saw this movie, The Witch. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like, every time I talk about it, they say it's The Witch, but it's spelled VVITCH.
I don't think I've even heard of that.
It's called The Witch.
Okay.
It's the girl from The Queen's Gambit and a bunch of other actors. Have you seen Midsummer? It's some movie. It's this girl. She's crying, and she has like a bouquet of flowers for a headpiece. Whatever. I didn't like that movie at all. Okay. I thought it opened up pretty strong, and I'm going to try not to spoil these movies, but the way Midsummer opened up was that this guy was about to break up with his girl because the love was gone, or she's just like crazy or whatever. Just super emotional. But then her sister commits suicide, and then he feels so bad that he can't leave her, and her sister just committed suicide. So it starts off with that. So I thought that was a good start for this movie. Okay. This guy thinks he's doing the right thing by being there for her, but he doesn't want to be there. And then, she's going through all this stuff. But then the movie just got too artsy and too full of itself, to be honest, for me.
Okay.
Where I thought it didn't pay off at the end. Like, it just kept getting weirder and weirder without any kind of, realism that the characters need to be like, yo, this place is weird. And then it just ended. The same thing happened with this movie, The Witch.
So what does that have to do with Vinland Saga? Are you saying but
no, a lot of people said that they liked The Witch. A lot of people. like you said, relating it to Vinland Saga.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Bring it back, bro. Bring it back.
It's okay to not like a fucking movie or TV show just because other people like it. Like you don't, it doesn't like.
But it's not that
you had asked me the question. You're like, why do you stay away from things that are super hyped or things that are like super well praised? I will watch something if it is like talked highly about, but I don't know. Maybe I was like too hard on this movie because people were saying it's really, really good, and then it was really, really regular. So then to me, it made it really, really bad. So I don't know. I try to keep my distance away from the hype, but then also even with people whose opinion that I respect. If a friend who really knows my taste in movies was like, oh, you're really, really gonna like this, and then I watch it and then it's kind of like mid. I don't know. There's enough salt that I can take with it where I'm like, okay, I did like it. I did see why you would think that I liked it, but it was just not for me or whatever.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think everything is for everybody. I was just trying to give it a second chance just because of people praising it. So I felt like maybe I was missing something.
But I wanted to also ask you, how are you faring after this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? Now,
what do you mean? Go ahead, man.
So I re-listened because I wanted to get some clips from our filler episode because those are a lot easier to get clips because it's just audio. And from the outside in, it sounds like you were siding with Drake. Now, some time has been, to marinate, and it is kind of like the water's settled. P. Diddy's in the news. People are kind of like, the songs are still climbing in the charts.
Oh, it's number one.
It's, yeah.
Not like us.
Right, yeah. It's still number one.
Number one. Playing it on the radio. People playing it everywhere at the club.
But as far as like the hype of the beef is kind of gone.
It's died down.
Where are you at with it, bro?
So
do you want to just follow up from where you were at last time? Or?
Okay, look,
Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. I feel like people need to give Drake his respect.
Okay.
And it's a reason why. I'm not saying I'm not a big Drake fan. I don't know why you feel like I'm coming out as like, oh, I'm Drake everything. Drake for life. OVO for life. That's not what I'm saying.
I didn't say that.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that
in the episode, you told Kendrick to come with receipts or
did.
shut the fuck up.
But he didn't come with receipts.
Good.
Instead, all his social media followers came with receipts for him.
Okay.
So all the digging of past tweets, past posts, past pictures, past this. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That Kendrick wasn't going to be coming out.
This stuff was already out there.
It was already out there, but people were not really focused on it. Like
you were.
The light was not. Were you focused on past tweets about him? Did you think he was a pedophile from the very beginning?
I been told you that. I told you in the episode. I was like, yes, bro. He fucking has pedophilia actions or tendencies. Yeah. Or qualities or, habits.
Okay, well, not a lot of people were looking at him that way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So, therefore, you weren't looking at him that way.
I wasn't looking for him. I like Drake for just the fact that he dropped good pop music that was relevant, shit that you can play on the radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nothing much. Like, I've never thought of Drake being like, oh my God, he's such a great rapper.
So, where
lyric-wise, he's amazing.
Is that you not giving him his respect?
No, I want to say, like,
good.
I feel like people should give him his respect because he's one of the only artists that has went against Kendrick. Anybody that's from what I've been reading online, anybody that tried to go against Kendrick either turned around and said, you know what, I apologize, or you know what, I don't got nothing against him. And even like you said in the song with
Big Sean,
he called out everybody. Nobody said anything.
But that's because it was for sport. It was.
But it don't matter. But then I saw clips about what you were talking about in that episode where Drake did say like he was kind of like, like bothered by it.
Yeah.
But he was the only one that was bothered by it. But he didn't do much shit about it.
He gets no respect from me for being bothered by it.
But still, if you go online and you look at anybody else that probably disrespected Kendrick, they'll say like, you'll see articles like, oh, they went back and tweeted like, oh, you know what? I got no beef with him, blah, blah, blah. I respect the man. It is what it is. And they moved on. Like, they don't want beef with Kendrick.
It's still early. I mean, this guy can come back and be like, but we got
to give Drake his props, bro. In a sense, like, he stood up versus everybody else that was coming against him. He stood
up. He's a bully. He's the bully.
I don't know how much of a bully he is, man.
In the exchange between these two people.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean?
Stood up. Okay, but stood up.
If somebody's talking shit about you, if somebody drops a diss song, you have two options: ignore it or assess the situation. You know what I mean? and reply back.
Okay.
He didn't let nobody push him over. He said, fuck it, bro. If we're not friends no more, then cool. I'm gonna say what I need to say. And he said what he had to say to Rick Ross. He said what he needed to say to A$AP Rocky. He said what he needed to say to Future. He said what he needed to say to Metro Booming. But you still gotta give him respect, because if he didn't answer back to Kendrick, we wouldn't have this conversation. We wouldn't have this great beef that came out of it. We wouldn't have these great songs that came out of it.
I will. Okay.
Yes or no?
I think respect is the wrong word, but I am grateful. I'll even use grateful to Drake for getting Kendrick back in the booth and, you know, doing like this kind of like exhibition. You know, like I will say I am happy that he did that. You know, and Drake even said it, like, you know,
I jumped in the ring.
Is this what I have to do to get you to rap? You know?
Yeah, but still, like, you know, Kendrick was in the ring.
I'm grateful for that. But do I need to give him respect for okay, that's what I was trying to say. The fucking exchange was Drake and J. Cole made a song together, which I heard, you know, rumors or whatever, that Drake also wanted Kendrick on that same song, but he just declined it, or he didn't reply back. J. Cole declares them, Drake, Kendrick, Cole, as the big three. J. Cole says this. Then on a different song, K. Dot says there's no big three, it's only Big Me. Then Drake, you know, which is more control verse type of deal, which was more just I'm the best, you know, not personal digs at anybody, just more about me.
You gotta re-listen to that song, bro.
Not like us.
No.
Or like that.
Like that. You gotta re-listen to it, because just because he says I'm the, it's just Big Me.
Good.
That's him saying, like, you're right. I'm the best. Fuck everybody else. I'm the best. Yeah. But he did shoot shots at Drake by saying there's a bunch of goofy niggas out here with checks.
Okay.
And then the Pet Cemetery line. For all the dogs, you're gonna see all the nines to my case or something like that. Pet Cemetery.
All right.
That is aimed at Drake. That's not aimed at J. Cole.
They've been throwing shots at each other.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. But what I'm saying is you gotta give respects to Drake for jumping in the ring and giving us that fight. He could have Drake could have just been like, oh, whatever, bro, like, funny stuff, like he said, like, you know,
J. Cole
he laughs about, he doesn't take shit seriously.
J. Cole released a song before Drake, I think.
Yeah, but then he apologized.
I know, but I'm saying, like, so are we giving respect to J. Cole?
I give respects to J. Cole for making the right decision. He knew that this was gonna get nasty. He probably knew shit that we as the public
didn't know. Did Drake make the right decision?
Did Drake make the right decision?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he made a different, opposite decision, but it was also the right decision as J. Cole.
What would Drake? I feel like the diss was meant more. If you listen to that song like that, I feel like 90% of all his bars in that song was a diss towards Drake. The only thing that I can say that hit J. Cole was either the whole if I see you with a stick, it's not Andre 3K.
Right.
That was a verse meant for J. Cole. And then fuck the big three, it's just Big Me.
I don't think the song was meant for both of them, but I feel like
it was meant more for Drake.
I mean,
there was bars specifically for Drake.
The same like you're
more
saying
bars.
The same like you're saying bars specifically for J. Cole. I think
just one or two.
It's a
but the second bar was literally meant for both of them. One bar for Drake. One bar for J. Cole, and everything else in between that was literally shots.
E for everyone.
Was
bro.
Shots for Drake. Like that felt more like it was straight for Drake, and then he ended up like putting a little elbow towards J. Cole, like, yo, what's up too?
Yeah, man, it's a brawl.
You know what I mean?
It's a brawl.
But all the hands,
they're on that song together.
The hands were thrown specifically for Drake, and J. Cole caught some elbows. That's the way I saw that one. The fact that J. Cole went and did the 7-minute drill.
Right.
You know what I mean? To me, that was like, okay, bro, you gave me an elbow. That's kind of fucked up. So I'm going to say some shit. But again, like, what he was saying wasn't like crazy. It was like, you fuck your first album. Your second album was high. And your third album was, you know, people just gassed that shit. Whatever. You know, your hands ain't even long enough to fight me. And these are just warning shots. That's basically what he said in that song. Okay. Right? And then he took it back because I feel like he got some information, which a lot of people were speculating that somebody might have told him, like, yo, if I was you.
Yeah, I think it was Schoolboy.
Yeah. Basically say, like, yo, if I was you, homie, kind of like retreat from that because this shit's gonna get messy and I don't want you to be in the crossfire. Let Drake and Kendrick deal with what they gotta deal. You feel me? J. Cole, go back to the beach, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Relax. Go back to the bicycle. Go back home. Chillax for the moment. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But that's what I mean. Like, he apologized. Did he have to apologize? I don't think so. I feel like he could have said something else to kind of get himself out of that situation. I think
what he said was fine.
You think? I mean, he said, like, bro, my chin is out. Go ahead with, like,
yeah, hit me back if you want.
Yeah, like, hit me back if you want.
And he didn't.
Because he still apologized. I'm not going to hit somebody that's going to tell me to hit him. I feel like I'm a punk.
That's what Drake did. Drake was like, yo, he made the TaylorMade. He was like, yo, fucking, you better come with some smoke. You better come with some triple entendres that I don't even understand.
Because he was...
This nigga sounded so stupid, bro.
Man. No, TaylorMade. But he made a song before TaylorMade.
Yeah, he made Push-Ups. I love that song.
Which he dissed everybody, including Kendrick.
Right.
And then he waited for people to respond, but he was waiting specifically for Kendrick to respond. And Kendrick was taking his sweet-ass time. And we all know it because we even said, like, where's your boy at? Where's K-Dot? Where's Kung Fu Kenny? Like, where is he at? Nobody's replying. And that's when he dropped TaylorMade to basically say, like, yo, you gonna come out or what? Is the boogeyman coming out or what?
I know.
So, anyway, back to what I'm saying. I feel like if Drake didn't jump in the ring, we wouldn't have this discussion. We wouldn't have this little history that probably people are going to talk years from now.
I agree.
Okay, so I'm saying give the man the respect that he jumped in the ring, at least.
Right.
Even if you don't like the man, at least he stepped up.
At least he
showed up.
At least he fought.
Yeah, he
Mike
tried
Tyson.
to fight. Yeah.
But I don't know if he won or not.
No, I don't think he won. I really personally don't think he's won.
Uh-huh.
And now the fact that people are pulling up all these receipts and blah, 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 I think he lost.
Damn.
I really think he lost. Personally, the last song, because people were saying this, right? If he was the one that was feeding this information about him having a daughter to Kendrick by using the mole, and Kendrick drops that song Meet the Grams, where he's basically talking like, oh, your 9-year-old daughter, blah blah blah, this and that, why wouldn't Drake already have a song prepared to answer back to that one? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meet the Grams should have not been the last song on that Saturday morning. It should have been Drake responding to Meet the Grams, like, and basically saying, nigga, you fell for that trap.
I think he was lying, bro. I think he was just fucking...
Oh no, he was lying, bro. But his image is tainted, that's for sure. Everybody's pulling up receipts now. People can't listen to his old music like Teenage Fever because they're like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So like anything that refers him to talking about like young girls, it's like this song is no longer as good as it was before.
Right. And that wasn't my issue with Drake for the longest time. It was just how bland, his music has become. But yes, I think public opinion, it is that whole thing. But as far as like the bars, the songs back and forth, like that last song, Heart Part 6, I don't know.
It was alright.
It was kind of weak.
So, 2 following questions. What do you still think Kendrick is gonna drop an album? I know that was a talk about that he had an album coming out this year. Is he still dropping that?
I think so. I think he's going to drop it in June from what I read. June has Juneteenth. He is very like pro-black. Summertime.
Now, how about J. Cole? J. Cole dropped that I Might Delete This Later.
Right.
But he did say in that album, well, he only deleted one song.
Yeah.
But he did say in that album that he had another album coming after that, which is The Fall Off.
Okay.
No, he has not released that.
Okay.
So we're still waiting for those 2 albums. And then my third question is, are we just not going to hear from Drake anymore?
No, he can't go away. He signed that fucking $400 million deal with Universal.
I know,
he legally has to do 2 albums a year.
So we're going to hear from him soon.
Soon? Has he released an album this year?
I don't know. I'm not I think
the last one is Honestly Nevermind. It might have been a while ago, actually.
I haven't listened to his music in a while. So that's my only question is like, at this point, we're all kind of like waiting for, is Drake going to say something? Is he going to make a speech? Is he going to make...
He did something on his Instagram. He posted a picture of like a samurai. And it was like, oh, that was a good match. It's like a samurai versus like an army. Like if he was the one against the army.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that was a good, that was some good exhibition. Now it's time for summertime. Now it's time for me to chill.
I feel like I feel like his his PR people are like, yo, just let that shit die down.
Yeah, I think
let P. Diddy
I know, right?
accusations and videos that they're dropping of him at the hotel room.
What if he's behind it? What if he's the one who leaked it?
Probably, bro.
This nigga's a big leak.
He's probably leaking all that shit to get everybody away from him.
Oh yeah,
it's a PR stunt, bro. This shit is all like planned and written, and you know what I'm talking about. I've heard people with the PR, bro, that they know what they're doing. Like they know how to divert a situation and handle something and manipulate it.
BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro.
I fucking love that show, bro.
That's what it is. That shit is crazy to me, but hey
man, I mean, I think we're gonna see albums from all three of them
this year.
This year, I mean, we're already like halfway through it, kind of.
Who you think is gonna have the most views
between Drake and
Kendrick and Cole?
No, I think between Drake and Kendrick, people are gonna want to hear what Drake has to say. He just always has like the better numbers. I think Kendrick is gonna be hitting like his stride, but I think it'll also fall back on core Kendrick fans again. Like if he releases another album, people are going to show up to see it and listen to it. But the repeats, the chart topping stuff, I think that's going to be like business as usual, Kendrick style. Maybe a little bit higher because of all this hype. But
because he probably got new fan base, new people listening to his music. Because a lot of people going back to his old shit too.
Yeah.
And like you said, like Kendrick dropped that one song. I feel like it's been very popular. It's been played everywhere. And it's a way of kind of him saying too, like, I can make pop music. I can make really relevant, hip.
He knows that though. I remember there was an interview where he was like, oh, we kind of locked down the sonics of like what makes a pop song. But, how can we use that to still tell a message or still shed light on something? Because like even on Not Like Us, like in the middle of that song, there's like a history lesson about Atlanta.
Yeah, let me put you on game. Yep.
Yes, man. Yes, and you kind of have to, have lines like that, like "Bear with me, don't stop playing the song." And my son loves that song, so whenever we play anything, like the way Spotify is, like if you play a single song, it'll automatically play just like something random, which is why Drake was always on, because Spotify was like, hey, I know you like this song, but have you heard Drake?
Yeah.
So, but right now that the top song is Not Like Us. So my son, he'll play halfway through and then he'll kind of like cut it. Not at that part, but like around that part. Because, like we were talking about earlier, he doesn't like to be preached to. He doesn't like that kind of like, preachy, socially conscious style of music. You kind of have to have a nice beat on it. And, the song does pick up. And
it does. But that's just Kendrick, bro.
Winner, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I'll give it to you, bro. I had a feeling he was going to win. Matter of fact, through the whole thing, I was always doubting Drake because I kept telling myself, like, how he's going to reply to that. Because Drake is not a person that's just going to drop fucking crazy lyrics the way Kendrick is. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Drake's got, so that's
Kendrick's
where I think that's where the respect is though, because Drake is, he has his ghostwriters or whatever, but he is a writer, he is a rapper, he is like somebody who has clever bars. One of my favorite early Drake lines is, I think it's on Every Girl, where he's like I just love girls who love girls.
Are any of y'all into girls like I am? Let's be honest.
And I'd ask her, let's be honest.
That shit sounds like Lil Wayne would say.
Oh, a little bit too, right? Well, okay, I know.
Oh, now I'm taking it right. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because we know he has ghostwriters, how much of that is really his?
But another thing, like when you are two artists in the room working on a song, sometimes you are separate. Like my favorite rap group, I think of all time. I was talking to Fred about this the other day. I really like this group, Run the Jewels. Mm-hmm. They share lines. Like they write those songs together. Killer Mike is a fucking fantastic rapper. LP, he is like really, really good. I like a lot of his lines. Like between the two of them, they are open about like, oh, let me say that one, or because sometimes they rap back and forth like to each other.
Yeah.
So that is different. So like when you're saying like maybe Wayne wrote that line, I wouldn't even mind that. And Drake has got here for so long because he can rework these other artists' verses and put his own spin on it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, do you want to be known for that person that can take other people's flows and kind of put your spin on it?
Kakashi,
and
bro. Kakashi's the copycat ninja, bro.
I know, but then escalate it. Like I get it, but at the end of the day, like, who is Drake then? Who is like? Should I go back to the like
That's why.
Thank Me Later. Should I go back to, you know what I'm talking about, like the old Drake? Because that's what people were really vibing to. When he was just rapping about just girls.
They've been vibing to him forever, bro. They're going to continue to vibe for him forever.
Well, we'll see, bro. We'll see how the future leads for Drake. I mean, at the end of the day, man, the truth will come out to light. Like my boy J. Cole said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the truth is heavy, bro, it will come out to light. You can't hide it. It's just, it is what it is. You know, so we'll know the true Drake and his real intentions, and the shit that he be hiding is like... He can't hide it anymore, you know.
We'll see, man. And this was never really about that for me.
No,
it was
to
about
me,
it was about the bars.
It was about the
songs.
bars. But that's, to me, that's true. It was about the bars. It was about the songs. Shit just got messy, real quick. You're right. Kendrick won. I'm gonna give it to K. Dot. It is what it is. Drake.
Thanks, homie. Shout out to all the homies.
Thank you for jumping into the ring, bro.
Oh my God! Somebody give Drake his respects for standing up to the big bad Kendrick Lamar.
At least he stood in the ring, bro. That's all you can say, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like saying
he can take a punch.
There you go. It's like if I put you in a ring with Mike Tyson. We all know who's gonna win. But the fact that you stood up to Mike Tyson, I give you respects. Yeah, you got your ass knocked out probably in less than a second. Didn't even last the first round. But I gave you respects for stepping in the ring.
I put in work. I made it a couple rounds, actually. So
I would still give you the respects because I'd be like, damn, like you knowing how big of a fighter he is and how dangerous he is as a person. And you stepped in the ring and you said, fuck it, let's do it.
Drake is not nobody. Drake is not. He's won, besides Pusha T, most of his battles, most of his altercations, and he's rich as fuck.
Yeah, but he thought that money was gonna get him there. He thought that having all these ghostwriters were gonna help him get him the best bars. He thought because he can make really good pop music, because that's how I felt the way he won against McMill when he made that song back to back. That back to back song was a hit. Like you say, it won Grammys.
Yeah, but he doesn't get any respect for fighting Kendrick when he did it so arrogantly and lost.
Well, I don't know, man. I just like I said, respect for him just to jump into the ring and at least giving us the entertainment that we wanted.
I'm grateful he did, bro.
I just wish
that's all I can give
the
him.
next beef that comes, even if it's just for sports, I hope J. Cole brings it, bro. That's really what we all wanted.
My brother was telling me that at the same time that this thing was like heating up, people were getting on Big Sean for no reason. They were just talking shit about Big Sean.
Because Big Sean did drop a song.
Where, in between?
A little bit. He dropped a song, and I think it was talking about the Big Three situation.
Really?
Where he's like, oh, I don't know why y'all excluding me just because I haven't been in the booth.
Oh, my
you know what I mean? But kind of saying the same thing, because Kendrick hasn't been in the booth for a long time, and now he wants to come out of nowhere with Metro Booming and Future and say, I'm the Big Three.
I don't know, man. For Big Sean,
I do Big Sean did the same thing, but
I do like Big Sean, but I was talking to my brother about it. I can't put him anywhere near these great artists.
He's cool.
He's nice and he's cool and he's a good rapper, but I feel like he's such a shallow version of the word rapper. Like everything is very superficial, and I do like his original Detroit mixtape that is now, I think, an album. But Detroit 2, there's some songs I like. I like Bounce Back. It's been a while since I listened to that album, but I don't know, man. Like, that just showed to me that he is like a one-trick pony.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, but
I do like a lot of his songs, and I like Dark Skies Paradise. Dark Skies. Yeah, that one was really, really good, but I don't know. Let's wrap it up, bro.
Let's wrap it up. Because I was gonna bring something else, but I think I'm bringing it because we're probably gonna end up doing a couple more fillers.
Yeah, no, we'll do at least two more. We have a special guest appearance for season 3.
Man. X had been having this in the lineup since the beginning of the year, bro.
I know. Before season 2 even started, this
man has this lined up and it's finally coming close.
Oh, I know. I'm so nervous
to the big reveal.
We'll save it. And I want to do more shit like this too. So
yeah, but we're excited about season 3. Thank you guys for listening. Always staying tuned with us, always following what we've been posting on IG. I see you guys just fucking with our content, man. You know, we're trying to be the best anime podcast. That's the plan, and that is the goal. Thanks for listening to us. If you're listening to us on Spotify, don't forget to rate it 5 stars for your boys. And if you're listen to this on the Apple Podcast, again, rate it 5 stars for your boys. But don't forget to leave a review. Definitely leave a review. We'd love to read it out. out loud, and always that compliment to your sandwich. And don't forget, we're on YouTube. Keep watching our content. Follow us on TikTok. We're always dropping shorts. Hey, if you agree with us, cool. If you disagree with us, even better, because like Saber always got something to say.
They try to troll us, bro. I gotta troll them back.
Right. Saber, sign us out.
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Filler.
And we're out. Deuces.